Hey guys, Colby here. Welcome back to another Racial Lens video. Today we're going to be looking at a few things about the Razelvarg fusion that I want to note for you guys. Before we get into really deep into it, do not do any mistakes in order to acquire this champion. You gotta really follow the schedule correctly, and I want to cover these in a video that you might have not seen already, and maybe some tips for you so that you are prepared for everything that there is to come for this fusion. Also, I'll be doing some summons because we have the summoning event currently, and I want to note also some of the important things to follow through there. So if we have a look at, let me show you guys. We have the schedule over here with all the rares and the one epic available now from the summon rush. Be careful though, because this epic is very difficult to get at 5,000 points almost. So if you don't have the required shards to actually get that epic, you're gonna be in a difficult spot. Only go for the rare, I would say, which is easier at about 2,150 points or so, and then just wait it out for all the remaining rares. Don't go for the epic unless you are a spender and really have those 10 sacreds available. I doubt that you'll be summoning voids. It's honestly the worst legendary in the game offered currently through the 10x, at least compared to everything we had before. I don't think it's gonna play any role in advancing your account, so don't pull voids, please. And yeah, all the other rares I'm gonna explain on the optimal route to go for both completing the fusion and not requiring as many shards later on. That will save your account. I will also be summoning my shards right now just so we can get that done. I'll just pull 4 sacreds and that's gonna be it, pretty much. 4 sacreds, not gonna pull more. That's 2,000 points, and then the rest I'll do some mystery shards, but this is all that I'm willing to pull currently for Razelvarg, which is, yeah, interesting champion, but not gonna pull 10 sacreds just to get the epic, since I know I can complete everything else that is available right now. And we're pulling epics. I wonder, I'm currently on my 9th sacred without a legendary, so I'm cool with that. Even if I don't get a legendary, I'm okay with that. Yeah, it's only 6%, so not pulling anymore. That's an easy 2,000 points, and then I'll do the rest through mystery shards to get my Razelvarg required champion, which is this guy Margrave. So 2,150, yeah. So I'll need just 140 mystery shards. Very easy to do. That's gonna take me like 5 minutes, so very happy to do that. So you guys know that we need 16 champions, 16 of these rares and 4 of these epics to complete this, right? Very careful to also have the ascending materials by the time you have everything else available, because both going to be epics, epic champions, and rare champions. They require a good amount of potions, both arcane potions, force potions, and spirit potions. After you fuse Razelvarg, you should be okay with him. You can delay his ascension and making him like a 6-star for however long you like, but for these, yeah, you gotta have all the potions required. So that is one big tip, and also the food required for each and every one of these level 40s and each and every one of these level 50s. So have that in mind to save up food so you don't have to over farm in order to get any of these champions to the required rank. So going back to the schedule, guys, let me have a look at the schedule. So we have the Dragon Tournament right now with a champion training tournament, a summon rush, and a dungeon divers. This is the first 4 days or so of the event to get the 4 rares. You have to do everything. You can't skip a rare unless you have the epic. So unless you have the epic secured from the 5,000 points, you have to get all the rares here available and even do the 3rd artifact enhancement event, which can be difficult. You would need about, to be on the safe side, about 20 million per artifact enhancement, but you can do it even to the low amount of 10 million. So 10 to 20 million is required for each artifact enhancement. Have that in mind just overall, and then everything else will be through energy and gem funds that you have saved up. So also be careful with how you spend your energy and don't do any of the events that do not give you something needed for the fusion. So Dragon Tournament, you're doing this during ideally the Dungeon Divers, and the same thing with Champion Training during ideally the Dungeon Divers event 1. The Summon Rush is easy, you just pull shards to do, and this is how you get the first 4 rares. After that, you have the Classic Arena takedown, very easy to do, you just do Classic Arena. Artifact Enhancement, which I explained on, you use basically your saved up silver, level up your items to, let's say, 4, 8, or 12 and sell them If it rolls bad on 4, don't go all the way to 12 just because you want more points. Sell it and try and find another item to level up to 12 so that you at least maybe find some good upgrades, but also save up on the silver with no unnecessary level up of items. And then we've got the Ice Golem tournament, which everybody hates, but you can do that. I mean, it's again an easy one to do. And if you haven't completed the Dungeon Divers event, you gotta do it at least with the Ice Golem so that you don't waste any of your energy doing it, let's say on Monday or on Tuesday the 18th, where the Dungeon Divers event ends. Okay, so it's probably gonna end around midday Monday, so have that in mind and keep an eye out for the tournament. Then we have like a day off on Wednesday and Thursday, so 19th and 20th. It's gonna be a day off completely with nothing going on for this. And then we have if you look, a champion training event starting, a Fire Night tournament, a Dungeon Divers, which all of these you can double dip for the Dungeon Divers, which is nice. You can do that and slowly get the champion needed. Then we have an artifact enhancement and a champion chase tournament. So what do you do with champion chase tournaments? It's the quality of the champions that matters for points. It's probably going to be 1500 points at least to get the champion required here. If you can do the classic arena takedown right here, then you can have 4 champions here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, then 4 from here, and then another 4 from here. So you'll have 12 of the rares available to be able to fuse those and level up those as well at the same time during the champion training. And in that way, you'll get 750 points for the champion chase tournament. So probably almost completing half of this for free. Okay, you're using the fusion champions, the fusion epics. You're making those fusion epics and getting 750 points, which will give you honestly halfway through, and then the remaining can be through shards. And it's going to be the easiest way honestly to finish this champion chase tournament and start getting the remaining of the rares. And as you move through, there's a spider tournament which you can double dip with the Dungeon Divers, and an artifact enhancement to close everything off. So probably these two will be the most difficult, the final two, but everything else should be very, very easy to do. Looks like an easier fusion. It's just that you gotta be correct on when you go in with all your resources, when you do your fusions for the epics, and when you start leveling up those epics to coincide with champion training, either the event or the tournament that we have currently. You gotta be double dipping when you are doing these fusions, because if you don't do that, you'll be inefficient. And then if you are a spender, it's going to be easier for you to complete these kind of fusions or fragment collections or whatever you have with raid. It's honestly the same kind of thing over and over. They change things up a little bit. They make things either easier or more difficult. This time around, it's a little bit easier than what it was before. But have in mind, Platinum was to make money, and that's why they keep on offering packs. This didn't used to be so much in the past, like spring combo packs with so many secrets. This is for the big whales who want to get that epic immediately to do summons for whatever reason. And we also have this one. I think it's the fusion one. This is something that they do always for the past, I want to say at least 10 fusions or fragment collections. We had this kind of pack of popping up for $100, which is again not worth it unless you are a big whale. And yeah, if you're a big whale, you're not watching the video, you're just summoning and doing whatever you want honestly in the game, because the game is on easy mode when you are. So what am I doing for the remaining part of the fusion? I'll be finishing up the summon rush, Dungeon Divers. I'm not in a real rush to finish, but these are very difficult. You see, I'm not even halfway through here, and I'll probably do this with just more champion training. The dragon one I finished, but we will have the Ice Golem one opening up, so I'll try to do the Dungeon Divers with the Ice Golem. If I see that I might miss a day because of personal obligations, I'll try to complete it and waste up my energy. But I've done the dragon tournament, I'm halfway through the champion training, and I still won't complete the Dungeon Divers. Dungeon Divers is one of the most difficult ones because of the low amount of points that you get for the amount of energy, because it depends on the quality of gear that you get. And don't get fooled about the mythical points here. The mythical drop rate is honestly so low that even if you're farming difficulty 10 on hard, it's about 5% drop rate, which is, you know, not something that you can depend on an extremely higher drop rate than what we used to. So that's it guys for today. Those were my summons. I didn't want to do like a longer summoning or just expand all of these saved up shards that I have. There's bound to be something coming in the future that is much more worth all my effort. So by that time, maybe I'll have even more sacreds and everything, and it's gonna be worth the wait, as I did for Necrid. I mean, I waited out and you saw the results. I didn't get Necrid, but I did get Supreme Kill, which I guess might be useful for something. We'll see. We'll see about that also. Thank you all guys for supporting the channel and watching my videos, liking and subscribing. I will see you in the next one. See ya.